Welcome back, hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Open Hunting XL. We're going to keep going through and try to see if we can keep going with our normal run here and unlock better weapons so that we can go after the deer, as well as just try to be a little bit better as we go after the rabbits. Like, I've given some feedback already about, like, wanting to have the safety actually shown in the UI somewhere here. I don't know how difficult it would be to do, but I think there could be some change done to how the targeting range here is, like, shown off and implemented. Like, as it stands right now, having this cluster of the 5 here, and then, like, the 3 and such way out there, I think you'd be better off if you have, like, a diagonal line of targets, one that's, say, like, around 100, I guess whatever distance of measurement you want, but, like, say, 100, 150, 200, 250. That way you can actually get an idea of, like, how much you have to aim above, depending on what the range it looks like is. Because one of the things about trying to do, like, the weapons and ballistic drop is you kind of need a frame of reference of how far out is it, and how much drop do I have to take into consideration at said distance. With it being just a straight line like this, and then something way out there, it's kind of hard to know your drop distance for, like, if it was, say, a target out here, or a little closer than that, or some stuff like that. So even if you could have something where, like, depending on, there's like a little signboard here that says your distances, and then one color, or whatever that distance is, lights up with that's a target hit and shows where it was hit. And each individual shot then shows up with this. Like, I do like the idea of being able to see how the target is. I do admit these targets could probably use just like some of the bullseye rings to help you hone in more with it. But yeah, something that gives you a little bit of idea of, like, what distance you're shooting out needs how much drop applied or considered for it. So there's that. Everything else I think will just have to come up more so as we go along. I do feel it's a little weird to... I like that you do get the, like, stealth indicator and such early on, but I do feel like things like that are a little weirder to get as something that's like, you have to unlock it rather than it's just like a built-in thing to begin with. But there's, let's see, the little rabbit and the royal airfold. I should actually check and see how much funds I do have. Is that in inventory? No, we have $34, so we might actually be able to look and see. I don't know if I've been back since I leveled up or not. Like, so far, yeah. Oh, yeah, some of the stands are... Okay, so one of these two I like more. I mean, it's an interesting look for this. Okay, so that's the little rabbit. And that's the Airfold 22. I'm not sure if I do want to try out something else. I'm just not sure which one I prefer. You know what? This one looks a little bit more different, so we'll go for that one. And we'll probably put... Okay, yeah, so... We'll unequip that, put it away, and then see about using the little wrap we just picked up. Just to try some different stuff out, so that way, as we do kind of work for going through things... Okay, now, that is interesting, because the Garcia SGH rifle seems like it does have a scope built into it. Oh, I gotta also do that. Yeah, like, this has a scope apparently built in, but I don't seem to have any way of, like, being able to take that off and put it onto the other weapon? But are there actually scopes for sale in here? Not from the looks of it, no. Yeah, so I guess honestly, maybe I'll be better off sticking with this one. You know what, we can take both, because it doesn't look like we do have, like, a max capacity, so we'll keep that in mind as we go out. Okay, I'll just try to get some more Desert Cottontails. I don't know what sort of... come on, brain. You had something there for a moment. Oh, I don't need that open anymore. I don't know how many more we'll have to go through till we get to level 3, or, like, what reward bag might give us a gun that can actually go after deer, but we'll just see how we go along. One thing I should do, too, is I think we barely really even touched with how big, like, this map is to hunt on, so I'm going to commit the cardinal sin and do some running to get us into, like, more parts and areas of the map sooner. Oh. Yeah, we do have an opportunity right over there. Again, I'm not sure how wary the animals and wildlife are, so I'll try to keep that in mind. Although, it looks like I'll probably want to stick... Yeah, hopefully that rabbit will stay kind of more on that side of the road, because the wind is going... From the indicator, looks like it's blowing more this way. But with having done the 2 episodes of the Hunter, it does make for, like, some interesting comparisons back and forth. Like, I do actually really like how you have to have a little more engagement than just, like, clicking to shoot. You have to get it prime position, then try that squeeze of the trigger, and try not to have the rifle drawn to the left or right with doing so. It's not a lot added to, like, complicated, but it's just a nice little touch that helps feel like you're doing a little bit more engagement than, well, I mean, most shooters are. Okay, and you know what? Yeah, maybe we'll take the drone out and we'll try making better use of this, too. I still do feel like it might not be a bad idea to have, like, a... it was somewhere over here. Yeah, I don't even see a movement right now. I don't think I scared it off. But with how the grass is, and their size, it is pretty hard to kind of spot them out. Okay, there's another one way out there. Yeah, I don't think it should have gotten scared off, because, I mean, I've only just been walking around as usual. Okay, well, looks like there's one up the hill there. Like, I can't imagine the game's trying to make it so that we have to do really long-distance shots, especially on small things like a rabbit. So, it might just be how it's wandered off on its own pathing there. At least I hope that's all it is. It's like, I know they are skittish animals, but I'm not sure if they would be that skittish. Oh. Alright, that and that. Oh, it was close. Okay, you know what? Let me take the drone. Yes, we're right here. We'll fly this up and just see if I can... see where they've gone off to. Oh, there's movement up here. Yeah. Okay, in the shadows of the tree, it's pretty hard to see them. And I'm going to see... Yeah, see, there's still that bug with you assign something to the hotbar, and then when you try to change, it opens your inventory too. I also kind of wish the drone had, like, a little... You know, it's just like a little cube model that sits in the open world. That way you kind of have some frame of reference of, like, where it is compared to where you are. Like, okay, tracking information, good to see that go. Shoot. Okay, well, we'll keep going up this way anyway. At least I know I don't have to worry about the wind for trying to come up here and look around. Yeah, maybe I'll try getting right onto the top of the hill. That way I'll get a good idea of being able to look all around for them. Most difficult part of the game does seem to be just trying to locate and find the animals through the bush and that. Like, there are the tracks here we can follow, so at least we know we're on the trail. Okay. Oh, well, there I am, right there. There's our big old bean body. But yeah, well, there's a lot of tracks back here. But again, not really seeing anything movement-wise to go off of. Oh, well, there we go. For now, they're switching back. Was it something to do with the drone? Yeah, there's some. I mean, it is early access and it is solo dev working on it, so there's going to be little things here and there to seek and figure out what's going on, but at least we do have this going for now. Oh, right there. I didn't realize we were so close to one. Although it does sound like they haven't done anything like given audio to the animals as they're moving about. As I know that was one thing when it came to some of the hunting games, is they'll exaggerate the sound effects of, like, say, the rabbits or hares or that, where they're really small and difficult to see. They can at least hear them as they'll move about better. Yeah, I saw that rabbit go through here. I mean, there's all kinds of tracks in this bush. Oh, and now let's come back. It seems to be something weird that happens, like, you assign it, then if you use the drone, it resets it? I'm not too sure. Okay, but I am thinking for sake of things, maybe I'll use the drone for a while and see. Again, it does feel like with... Oh, got stuck in a tree there. Feels like there should be a little bit more you can do with the drone. Like, even if you don't spot the animals, you could try placing, like, a waypoint or something to know... go to this direction, or a marker down, or such. But yeah, I don't even see anything for even a direction to start working in. try and keep still with the drone. I don't see anything really moving about to know where to try going. Yeah, I guess we'll just try. Maybe we'll have better luck if we're, like, uphill and then trying to look down. Like, yeah, seeing all these tracks, the only problem is it doesn't really give you how long ago they were left, so you don't know if you're on a active trail or they're super old. I can try following this for a while if it keeps going, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, yeah, we're right here. Okay, try to get the, Oh, I guess that's because we're standing on the trail. That's why we got the weird, almost face on the model there. Yeah, trying to follow this trail. Oh, Lord, how far does this go? Oh. Looks like it stops right around in there. But yeah, it looks like this is... might as well pursue. It is the only lead we've kind of got right now to work from. Now then, that doesn't seem to want to stay, assigned if we switch it out in the inventory for something else. Like, it looks like the tracks come and stop right here. Okay, so maybe... I guess maybe there's like a render range away from the player that tracks then drop off. And it stops there again. And yeah, there's no reference of like, you know, where the drone exactly is aside from like the player seeing it. Or you seeing where the player model is once you switch over. And that, again... Like, I don't know if I'm just keep pushing them further, or... what the distance is, but it does feel like the rabbits... might be a little too timid for the game right now. Because, yeah, we're right here, and that's come to a full stop for all tracks and sign. Oh, okay, we've got something right here. So I guess we'll try moving that direction. Just want to see. So it looks like it's about, or was around. Okay, kind of towards that tree over there. Now, whether we'll actually be able to see it with the grass being what it is, I'm not sure, but we'll give it a try. And right, that again. Yeah, and that's... Okay, so it's behind that tree right ahead of us here. I don't know if I'd be able to use the trees like a little bit of cover if I stand up and try to get a better angle, but... we might be able to get another one here. Yeah, I feel like the magazine system... there has to be a better way to permanently attach this magazine with this weapon as you switch things out in your backpack. Because every time I do switch out between battery and gun, I have to keep changing that over. So I don't know if it's something to assign it better to like an actual inventory slot. Like have... I'm not sure if like you expand this, that way there's like a list of these things in one side, and you're assigned like item hotbar slot beside it, but... feels a little clunky right now trying to use that. And yeah, that doing its thing too doesn't help too much. I just see the ears on it. I'll have to wait till it moves to... Again, we need a safety thing shown on the UI to know if the safety's actually been, like, in place or not. Because I had a perfect shot there. And because it cycles out like that every time, some of me even questions if you need a safety at all, because like it just feels like that just gets a little in the way. Because it's like, what other purpose does the safety serve, other than just being an obstacle you have to keep in mind to use the weapon again? Like, that was one of the things I had such trouble in the demo version was... I didn't realize there wasn't even a safety mechanic, so I couldn't get the weapon to fire. And having the red text pop up is not better than just having like something on your HUD to know it's a thing to be done. But with those shots done, we'll have to try to find another area to go looking after these. As my points right now would probably be the rabbits, I think, are a bit too timid, because I don't know how far they actually go once you've taken your shot. Like, yeah, they should run off for a little distance, but you don't want it to be that it feels like you have to trek miles just trying to find them again. You know what? I might as well find that trail and just, yeah, stick to this for a while. See if I can try to figure out where it's gone off to. Okay, there's the trail. So it's at least at this point, so we'll go and follow. Or maybe not. Did the trail stop right here now? No, there is a trail. Oh, here we go. I think this is the same one. Now, I also don't know if just re-equipping the weapon changes out that you need to put the safety back on, or how that'll... Or every time I switch to the drone, it reapplies the safety. Again, it's a thing where I can see why some games don't... Or, well, most games might not include it, because it doesn't really add much of a... Okay, hang on. Where am I that... Oh, right here. It's not included because instead of adding anything else experience-wise, it might just be more of an obstacle in place. I mean, if you do want the realism, I see wanting to include something like a safety, but it does have to be much more easily read than, okay, shots lined up, but I have no idea if I have the safety active or not. Oh, and it's back towards the really big bushes there. Yeah, with it being around here, I don't know if it's... around here? Because I want to be a bit careful once we're at this point, but... Again, don't see much. I almost wonder if you might also want to increase the animal population, too. Because, like, with the size of the map, you don't want it to be too sparse that it feels like you go so long without seeing stuff. And for a small game, you kind of do want to have extra numbers around just because of how difficult it can be to see them, and usually they're not meant to be, like, super high-scoring things either. Yeah, see, it looks like I'll have to get right to the end of the trail before more might get revealed. Like, it gives me a bit of an age to it, but it doesn't tell me more as in... like, the time since they've been left. Okay, but we got new trail revealed, so we'll follow this for... while and see if I can come across it. Yeah, like, look at how far this has gone for... the distance it's gone. Jeez. Okay, so it looks like... Yeah, once I get to this... Oh, okay, the trail's kept going now. But it keeps going into this really dense stuff that I cannot see all that well through. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just give up with trying to follow the trail, like, just how long and how far we keep seeming to have to follow these each time. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to abandon trying that method. Because I have no idea how far I've got to keep following things out for. I might honestly just have better luck trying to use binoculars and seeing for myself if I can spot anything in the distance. That's just grass. Hmm. Yeah, for the size of the map, it feels like it should be better populated. This feels like it's so sparse of anything to go for so often. There are the ravens over there. I don't know if they have a tag or license for them, but we can at least go and try to get something. I know I've said I've wanted to try them the past couple episodes, so I guess this one will be the one we'll focus further on that. Yeah, I don't think I'd even be able to see all that much on the horizon. Like, with how the grass is and how small the rabbits are, like, I can see, I think, one way out there. But as we get closer and everything renders in, it basically turn them invisible to us. And that's, again, the point where it'd be nice to be able to put down just, like, even one of those arrows pointing to a spot and have it left there. So we kind of at least know, okay, that's where I've seen one around, even if the grass does, like... Yeah, like, good luck with that. I do know there's also that I could try switching difficulty to easy to try going after them, but I think all that would really do is you just get, like, the marker placed around, and that doesn't really address anything for, like, solutions to the current problems. Like, for these ravens, I don't know if they're actually... They know I'm here, and I'm startling them away, or how they're exactly functioning either. Because, yeah, this... It almost feels like I want to turn off the foliage, and then maybe I can at least, like, get some practice and tries in. With it being as dense as it is. Unless the game really wants to promote you taking long shots, but again, I don't feel like that's the case with having to consider the bullet drop as much as you need to. Okay, well, we might have a raven here, depending on what it does, but it keeps... going up and down. Yeah, I feel like I am startling them off, although I don't know if I should be, because... it feels like the wind should be blowing off that direction. Yeah, and now... looks like... God, that's way out there. And I do have that one way up there, but trying to hit a moving target like that with just a rifle... I do not think would be a really good way to try passing the time or getting something done. God, and so much time has passed and nothing's been done either. Yeah, I think there's got to be a lot more work done to the experience right now for sure. I don't know if the ravens are picking me up and heading off. And I think that... I don't know if the wind is actually backwards from what it looks like. Or if that is accurate. But the experience right now definitely needs a lot of changes to it. The safety one... Again, the fact that there's nothing on the HUD to let you know, and you'll only find out by taking the shot and finding out, nope, that doesn't work, and basically having it ruined because of that, is a terrible system in place right now. Either include it on the UI as an actual element you can see it's on or off, or just scrap the safety entirely. It's not adding anything good to the experience. When it comes to these rabbits and such, I think having assigned, like, spots where they'll, like, congregate around, rather than just completely spread all across this vast expanse with a lot of foliage that it's hard to actually come across them, needs to be tweaked as well. Because, like, I can't even see doing another episode of this. If it takes, like, as long as it does to try to get around anywhere, and there's, like, no visual help or reference you can go by for it either, it's just not an experience I can recommend right now. Even if you want to use, like, these current, like, dense, shrub-like areas, and have the rabbits have, like, a radius they'll keep around there most of the times, and if they get spooked, they, like, run in and hide through there. Something's just got to be done and changed. Because as it stands right now, like, I'd love to try going after these deer, but considering the way our gun is, I doubt we'd be able to even take one. So it's just kind of how I have to leave it at right now. Because, I mean, at least for the deer with their size, you do see them above, like, all this grass and such. At least I think that's a deer. I even wonder if you should make it so that we could go after the deer at the same time as the rabbits. So that way, as difficult and annoying as the rabbits are, try seeing through all the foliage and how sparsely apart they are. They're at least a side thing, so you have multiple targets then. This is your one target you have to go for. And that's it. This will actually may be a good reference to know, like, how close we can get before the animals do pick us up. Actually, truth be told, now, I don't know what would happen if I even do take it with the, right, magazine. That system needs to change as well. Don't do this, equip this, and equip this. Make a full different dedicated bar to things stay permanently attached to one another if possible. Because, like, trying to keep sorting this out over and over and over. And there it is again. Gun is on safe, cycle. UI element, scrap it. That's the only two things to say right now. Because this is garbage right now. If it's trying to be, oh, well, it's immersive to have that like that, big red text in the middle of the screen is not immersive. Nor is it immersive to have when you have yourself with a good shot to go off. Yeah, I don't even know if I hit with any of those shots, to be honest. That's another thing with the target range. It doesn't do you any good to learn the drop by just having one line of targets medium and then very far. Have a dot line across that you can learn the ranges of each specific one and get an idea there. And that has to be looked at to try change that out. I guess that's maybe a albino or something? Completely white? But yeah, I'd say right now, the rabbits, it has to be really reworked to actually encourage you and seem like you're not walking miles and miles just to try to see one. And then the foliage and such just makes it so difficult to do. Because unless you pull the people in quickly with, oh, this is a fun hunting experience, you're not going to have them at all. And that's honestly how the game feels right now, is it's just too bad to try starting out with to go after a game that actually will probably be easier to go for. So yeah, I'm going to leave Open Hunting XL here. I'm not going to do another episode this weekend. There's too many annoyances right now. The safety is, again, I think one of the big ones. The rabbits, there need to be some tweaks and changes with them. Having it so that way they might be able to free roam across the full map does not work well. It is a case of, I do see some neat concepts to Open Hunting XL, but there's definitely a lot of work to be done ahead. But it at least is a way to encourage some feedback, give it some more publicity, and see what happens as more builds come out for it. But thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the game. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or suggestions yourself for what changes could help Open Hunting XL a lot, be sure to leave in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.